Is that one on, Mom? Because this one's not connecting.
Is it bad signal?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's probably because of room we're in.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
When that one's ready to connect, then we'll just start from the beginning. You want to sit down?
You want to sit down?
Right there, just the light.
Right here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you.
No. Go ahead.
Pardon us, Sheree, for kicking you out. You don't have to leave.
I know, I feel all bad.
Sheree, you don't have to leave.
I know, it's not connecting.
Eric, you either. You can become a part of the interview if you like.
Yeah.
I'm just going to the bar right quick.
Okay.
Good place to go.
Okay, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're streaming live from. It's your weekend boy, DJ Jess. I can't even explain how great of a show we just witnessed with our own eyes here in Soil Dove in Denver, Colorado. I'm sitting with the one and only, the incomparable, the voice herself, Miss Rachelle Ferrell.
Thank you, Jess.
Oh, thank you.
Hi.
Just a little bit, you know, this is called Music Live, where we go up close and personal. Tell everyone a little bit about your childhood. Just try to sum it up. I know you've done a lot.
It's been a long
lot.
I really don't remember.
But you know what? I heard, you know, you really just discovered singing at the age of 6. Is that right? Or before that?
I can't remember a time when I didn't sing. I do remember a story my mom used to tell about me being a toddler, maybe about a year and a half, playing on the floor with my dolls. And she was practicing the organ. And she kept hitting the wrong note. Over and over and over again, sort of like in that Bugs Bunny cartoon. And I got up after about the 4th or 5th time. She said it toddled across the floor, hit the right note, and then turned right around and toddled right back to my dolls. And she said she quit playing the organ that day.
Take that, huh?
I don't know how true it is. That's not my story. That's what she tells.
So, you know, you grow up, you graduate, you go off to Berkeley College, right? How was that for you? How was that experience? I mean, you graduated in a year, correct?
Being away from home. I didn't graduate. I did 2 years worth of work in a year, planning to graduate early, but due to financial hardship, I had to come out of school and start working. So eventually I'll go back.
As a singer is what you started working
at? Oh, as any job I could get at the time. Eventually it became as a singer and pianist.
Your first album, it's kind of crazy because you released first instrument first.
Well,
in
first
Japan,
stateside
right?
album or first album?
First album.
Okay.
Let's do that.
First album was not released stateside.
It was Japan, right?
Japan, yes. Yeah, I got it. You got the info right. That's hard to do on the internet though, because there's so much information out there now, and not all of it's correct.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have me, you know, putting out my first album in 1980 something. You know, I was barely allowed out the yard in 1980. So you did good.
I told you, I've been studying, doing some research. Yeah. So, how'd that come about? Just your first album you released here in the States.
The one released here in the States came after the one released in Japan, which was released in preparation for participation in the Mount Fuji Jazz Festival, which was a huge festival. And then the one stateside was released in August of 2002, or 92, excuse me, August of 1992. I was one of the, I think, only two other artists who have what they call a dual deal. This is through Bruce Lundvall, who just recently made transition this year. Myself, Bobby McFerrin, and Diane Reeves, as I know it, are the only artists that ever had dual deals, and that means signed to Blue Note for jazz and then signed to Capitol for R&B and soul. And we were to put, you know, albums, CDs out on the respective labels according to the genres.
Well, you've been called the greatest voice in jazz, R&B, in pop, in dance, and there's no denying
Thank you.
that, you know?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No
I don't know if
problem.
I can accept it, but I appreciate it.
It's true. It is true, so it's...
What, if you don't mind my asking, what caused you to get into the music so deeply and so passionately?
My parents.
Really?
Growing up with the old school music, you know, my parents raised me on all of that. And my mom, my dad would introduce me to an artist, and I would go in depth more on the artist. See, you're my favorite female vocalist, and my favorite male vocalist is Donny Hathaway.
Oh, see, you're in good company. You put me in good company, Donny Hathaway. That's my all-time
Turn
favorite.
it up, giving up, man. I mean, that's just. So I have my mom to thank.
Free.
Someday we'll all be free.
Thank
song
you, Mom
for
and Dad.
you.
Thank you. Yes, song for you. He's not heavy. He's my brother.
Love, love, love.
What was it? What calls a man to carry on? Carry on. What's the title of that one? That's my
Wasn't
favorite.
you giving up?
Not giving up. Dang, I can't call the title.
But anyway, Donny
he is my
Hathaway
absolute favorite. He's one of the few vocalists who infuses so much passion and meaning, emotional depth and content into whatever he sings, that it becomes the substance of the song. It doesn't matter what he sings. It doesn't matter the way he sings. He can sing one note, and it's almost like you ever hold a sponge that's dried and a sponge that's wet, that's saturated. That's how I view him. He's his voice, is like a sponge, and his music is a sponge that's saturated with emotion and substance as a result of it.
and that's how I view you.
Thank you. All right,
One of the best voices here. A couple more questions. We lost the great George Duke.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. How was it working with him? I mean, he worked with you on the self-titled album, correct? Or
on all of my
on all of the albums, right? Okay. I wasn't sure.
So spoiled, but also so mentored by him. He would say, "It's your cake. Bake it any way you want." And he would allow me to
Put your hand up.
to do whatever I wanted in the studio, to manifest my vision, my creative vision. We looked for hours for a B for the song, with just the right B sound or the B sample to recreate my neighborhood in the song Too Late. And for years later, we would laugh about it. But at the time, we were dead serious about finding just the right B sound. So that's the level of detail and commitment that we were able to share together. Whereas with other folks, like, oh, it doesn't matter, just put this on there, it's good enough. He would never say anything like
Perfection.
that. Absolutely.
Is what it was about.
Every time.
Every time. And I agree. I mean, your albums are on Spotify. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't hear a Rachelle Ferrell song.
Thank you.
And I guarantee that. And she could attest to that. And she could attest to that too.
I thank you for introducing him to my music. I thank you for your love and your passion for the music and helping all of us keep music alive. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Keeping music
Sway of
alive.
the world.
That's what this show is called. It's called Music Alive. And sure enough, we have the one and only Miss Rachelle Ferrell up close and personal. One last question. When we're going to get some new music?
So, working on it now.
You're just keeping it on the DL, huh?
So,
Yes. That's what I love.
It's coming out soon. It's Art and Soul. It's called The Art and Soul of Rachelle Ferrell.
Oh, I give me chills already, I can't wait to hear it. So once again, thank you so much. I mean, it was an amazing show. She still has one more show to go.
One more to go.
Oh,
thank you so
been waiting
much.
for a long time for that hug, So once again, you're listening to Music Alive right here with your weekend boy DJ Jess, along with the one and only Rachelle Ferrell, streaming live all around the world. KUHSdenver.com. We'll see you soon.
DJ Jess, a DJ, a DJ Jess, a DJ, DJ Jess, a DJ, a DJ Jess, a DJ.
All right.
Thank you.